There's a huge financial storm brewing for savers at the moment. Over the next year, most savers will see their interest rates steadily reduce. But here's the thing, you don't have to get left behind with low interest rates. You can protect your interest rate through a few simple steps we'll go through in this video to make sure your hard-earned money keeps working for you. But first, before we dig into that, we need to explain why your savings account interest rate will likely reduce over the next year. The reason is that the Bank of England have started to cut base interest rates. On the 1st of August, they cut the base rate for the first time in 4 years from 5.25% to 5%. This led to most people seeing their interest rates reduce on their savings products because most people have savings accounts with variable interest rates, meaning the interest rate can move up and down at the discretion of the provider, and the main reason they go up and down is to follow Bank of England base rate movements. For example, most easy access accounts have variable rates, such as my own Chip Easy Access account. And this account actually saw its interest rate reduce from 4.83% to 4.58% within 1 day of the Bank of England's decision to cut base rates at the start of August. This may not seem a huge drop, but this is only the start, as the Bank of England have signalled that they'll likely make further rate cuts over the next year. So this means if we do nothing and have variable rate savings accounts, we'll likely see our interest rates reduce on our savings accounts over the next year. I personally don't want this. I'm liking the high interest rate environment, and the good news is that there is a method to protect us, at least in the medium term. This is through using accounts with fixed interest rates, aka guaranteed interest rates for a set period of time. And there's two main types of fixed interest accounts. Firstly, a fixed term savings account, and secondly, regular savings accounts. So let's go through each of these, and let's start with the fixed term savings account. This is an account type where you put aside a set sum of money and can't access it for a fixed period of time. In return for the lack of flexibility, you get given a set interest rate which typically can't change depending on the terms of the account. This type of account is suited to those who have a lump sum of money, are looking to put it away for the highest interest rate available, and don't need the money for a fixed time period. In terms of the length of the fixed term period, it ranges from 1 month fixed to 1 year fixed to even longer. So this means you can find an account suited to the time period you're comfortable locking your money away, which for most people means how long they know they won't need the money for. For example, if you're saving up for travelling and you have a set sum of money set aside for travelling, and you know you're not going to go travelling for 1 year, this means you may be suited to a 1 year fixed account. In terms of the current interest rates for this type of account, let's take a look at the 1 year fixed interest rates at the time of recording, given this type of account tends to be the most popular fixed term account. We can see that Atom Bank currently offer the best rate for a 1 year fixed account at 5%. This is a very good rate considering the Bank of England base rate itself is currently 5% too, and is likely to reduce further over the next year. With this account, you have a fixed rate of 5% for the entire year, meaning that if the Bank of England does do the likely scenario where they reduce interest rates, you'll still get 5%. This means that it's likely that this account will see a higher interest rate than the Bank of England base rate over the next year, which makes it very appealing. I'll put a link to this account in the description, and I'll also put a link to this exact Money Saving Expert website, as you'll be able to find the other leading fixed term accounts across different time periods on this page. If we move on to the other main type of fixed interest account in regular savings accounts, this type of account tends to require you to put away a fixed amount every month and tends to have strict withdrawal conditions, such as limiting how many times you can withdraw in a set period. There's also typically strict conditions over how much you can put into the account every month or every period. But in return for this, you typically get a fixed interest rate which is higher than easy access accounts. So this type of account tends to suit those who want to put away a chunk of their salary each month and don't want to make regular withdrawals. In terms of the current best interest rates associated with this type of account, let's go on to Money Saving Expert and take a look. We can see that currently the best interest rate offered is by Virgin Money at a whopping 10.38%. This rate is fixed to the 31st July 2025. To get this rate, you will need a current account with Virgin Money, but if you don't have one already, you can just set one up, and then once it's set up, you can open the regular saver. And this is the same process for all these accounts you see on screen. You'll need a current account with the bank here before you can open the regular savings account. If you don't want to set up a current account or don't have a current account with these providers, you can also get a very good rate for regular savings accounts which don't have this requirement. For example, Principality Building Society have a regular saver open to all and have an 8% interest rate fixed for the first 6 months with this regular saver. With most of these accounts, you'll notice there is a max monthly deposit. With the Principality one is £200 and with the Virgin Money one is £250. So if you want to save beyond the monthly limit, you'll need to open multiple regular savings accounts. This is definitely worth it if you're in that boat because the interest rates with the regular savings accounts are so good and are better than the fixed term interest rates we looked through earlier. Nonetheless, to conclude this video, it's clear that both the fixed term savings account and the regular savings account provide good options to protect your interest rate, at least in the medium term. The wildcard option we haven't spoken about is moving your savings into investments. And this may suit those who don't need their savings for at least 5 years, have the right risk appetite, and are looking to maximize return. And if you want to begin your investing journey, I have a video around here. But for this video, I hope it's helped.